Alright, welcome back to Spark Tarot. I'm your host, Mr. Renew. And today we got our check-in. We're do our check-in message. So go ahead and skip ahead if you don't want to hear the yap. But like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff. I'll really appreciate it. With that being said, let's put our timer on, start yapping. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Feeling pretty good. Obviously, I'm all dressed up because I just had an interview, and I got another one tomorrow. And I really like the vibe. I really like the space. I really like the place. And I really like what I potentially could be doing. And I love how it is allowing me to be me. And I really like the people. It's a whole different kind of vibe. So we're here to check in on this 888 portal. We're going to check in with the energies because at the end of the day, what we're looking to do is we're looking to see ourselves at our highest states. We want to see ourselves at a high state just so we can understand our own value. We got to understand our own value. So the reason why we must understand our value is because as we're moving through different stages of life, we have to know we are the value. So you are the value, I am the value, and we create a new value together. And this value is what is going to be expressed through these cards today. So let's show what these energies are today. And then let's see what we can do with these energies moving on for the rest of our lives. So, with that being said, let's get our energy vibe for today. What is the energy for today? What is this energy we got to check in with today? So, all right, so we got the Magician coming out here. So, with this is perfect. This is magic happens based upon your own value. So who you are as a person, what you do, what kind of magician you are is predicated upon you and your own beliefs within yourself, which means it's also the beliefs within your own space that you call your mind. Your mindset is determined by your feelings. And so when your feelings and your mind space come together, you get what you call a mindset. And your mindset as a magician should be the energy of I can create anything, all things. I'm the most magical. I'm the most of all. The mostest. So a magician, like let's say Chris Angel knows what he brings to the table. He knows what tricks he can do. He knows what trick he can't do. If I was to say, I don't know any other magicians like that, but if I was to do a card trick instead of doing an illusions on stage, I have to know the sleight of the eye. I got to know how to hold my hand. I got to know so much about me that it automatically generates more value in myself. Again, the value comes from me understanding all the things that I can do, all the things that I have to do in order to make the magic happen. So for us in the spiritual world, it might be a ritual. It might be a routine. It might be a crystal, just like I have these two crystals here. I got these two crystals right here because they're representing change, but these two crystals that represent change come in the form of black and white, we can say. These opposites, this light energy and this dark energy, these are the things that I'm looking at as valuable. So when you're looking at your own magical powers, when you're looking at your own ability to create, you got to see how you create good things and bad things. That is what this 8 energy is all about, because the 8 energy is going to circulate each other. It's just one motion. Can't even get this one. It's just one motion, right? But then when we start to overlap, You see how we're exchanging? This is the idea of an 8. The 8 tells us that we are in an exchange. As we're in this exchange, okay, it looks like we're trading, but in reality, it's this doing that. But if this can do that, then this can do this. So, I can't, here it is. This one is way harder to demonstrate with. Anyways, the point of this is to show you that because you have two things to value, but then you have to value this side when it's doing its thing on the left, and then you got to value this thing when it's doing it on the right. We have to know as the magician, as we're creating on this 888, that what we're looking at is two parts of us doing the same thing. So if you get mad and you yell at somebody, that's the same thing as you getting mad and not yelling. The only difference is this might be the yeller, this might be the person who's not yelling. But both of them are you. And so in this energy that we're in, that we're checking in with right now, we have to see which value system we're applying, and we have to start to combine them. We don't want to see this one doing this and this one doing that. We want to see them doing this together. We want to see this happening. In other words, I want to be able to do this on this side, and then I want to be able to do it on this side. That's going to give you the figure 8 impression. It's going to look like a figure 8, but it's not. Again, it's just two things working together now, opposed to one thing and one thing doing their own. So, as we're creating, we have to value the side we choose not to create with. What else? Exactly. So we got the Two of Wands that wants to come out. It's because you have two flames within you, but these two flames is just a single light. Again, these two flames is just a single light. It is lit from this one side, but then it's also lit from over here. And so because the Two of Candles or the Two of Wands for me is the turnaround card, that means that you go from here to there. Again, the turnaround means to flip it, to polarize, to change. And the change deck is normally the Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Wands, or the Two of Swords, or the Two of Cups. It's not change by itself. It is extra change or exchange. That means instead of me changing from place to place, there's an extra thing involved. So as you're stepping into your magical energies, you have to learn how to exchange the energies and your magic within yourself. Create new dynamics so you can be able to create new perceptions, new ways to think, new ways to see, new ways to act. What's our final card before we get our final message? So, to start off with a little bit. So, if you normally do things, like for me, I'm all dressed up. I've been doing this, but I'm all dressed up. You guys wouldn't even recognize me how I normally am. I'm about to go work. And again, I've already seen myself. People have been casting judgments on me just by how I'm dressed. Old people, young people, and everybody in between. They like, damn, this motherfucker looks good. And guess what? They don't know my situation. They don't know that I'm a car nigga. They don't know that I'm out here doing cards. They don't know anything. They just see, wow, he looks sharp. That is the energy that you're exuding because guess what? All I did was just change my clothes. I'm still doing the same things. I'm still going over here doing my cards. I'm still doing my Instacart. I'm doing everything the same, but I just went from this over here to that over there. And that creates so much newness. Again, none of these people would ever think that I've been homeless, that I've been sleeping in my car and at parks and shit. Nobody would think that when I walked into this interview. So that's the beautiful thing. It takes a little step, just one little action. And that's what this Page of Pentacles is. It takes you deciding a change so you can ensure that there is an exchange that you want. So again, if you don't like what you see as an old lady, see it as a young lady. If you don't like what you're doing as an old man, be an old man, but think like a little dude. The idea is because you are the magician, you can do both. You got to start believing that. You got to start believing in yourself. You got to start judging yourself in new ways. Because at the end of the day, it's still just you. So be gentle with yourself and allow yourself to create more than what you thought you could. What's the final message? Bro, say no more. Take the time to transform and change. That is what this 888 portal is all about for you in particular, for us in particular on this channel. We have to make the change. So this death card says change. Again, can people who are alive be in a cemetery? But a cemetery is for people who are not alive. That is the exchange that we're trying to refer to. You got to tap into that. If the moon is full, can it not be full? You have to understand that things come in pairs. Everything comes as a two. You have to understand you can change the two. You can change the two. You can always make a change, and that's the magic that you can claim. So let's claim our magic by changing the things that we can, one little step at a time. All right. Happy 888.